LA Knight's chances against Roman Reigns. What happened to Vince McMahon? Why is he using a walking stick? Friends star Matthew Perry's sudden demise leave fans disturbed. Nia Jax dethrones Rhea Ripley. New Judgment Day member to be unveiled at WWE Crown Jewel. Randy Orton at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. Massive conspiracy unfolding with the Bloodline on WWE SmackDown. And Roman Reigns of his LA Knight at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. Groundbreaking change. Let's jump right into it. What happened to Vince McMahon? Why is he using a walking stick? WWE fans were shocked to see footage of Vince McMahon using a cane at an event on Saturday. McMahon attended a big-time boxing fight between WWE associate Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia. The 78-year-old was spotted alongside The Undertaker at the show. Popular celebrities, including Mike Tyson, Kanye West, and Eminem, also attended the fight. Meanwhile, many WWE fans pointed out that TKO's executive chairman used a cane to move around. Some are wondering why McMahon had to use a walking stick. The veteran wrestling promoter underwent an intensive back surgery a few months back. This could have been why he was spotted using a walking aid. Seeing a 78-year-old man using a cane isn't uncommon, but is unusual for Vince McMahon. He rarely allows others to see him in anything but in the most pristine and optimal state imaginable. It remains unclear when he will fully recover from the surgical procedure. This is both because of his age and the nature of the injury. Regardless, McMahon is still active in the corporate world. While Vince McMahon is currently in Saudi Arabia, he could be back in the country as soon as next week since WWE is set to tour Riyadh for Crown Jewel. The 2023 Crown Jewel event is scheduled for this Saturday, November 4. It will be held at the Mohammed Abdu Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 7 big-time matches have been confirmed for the show thus far. The main event of Crown Jewel will see Roman Reigns defend the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against LA Knight. Additionally, John Cena will battle Solo Sikoa in what could be seen as final bout for the foreseeable future. Beyond these matches, Eva Sky will defend her WWE Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Seth Rollins is set to put his World Heavyweight Championship on the line against Drew McIntyre. There will be a fatal 5-way contest featuring Rhea Ripley and 4 other top Raw superstars. It remains unclear whether Vince McMahon will be at Crown Jewel. He doesn't typically attend WWE shows anymore, and he is seemingly not a regular contributor to the creative team. Since he visited Riyadh for Fury vs. Ngannou, McMahon could also stay back for the upcoming premium live event. Friends star Matthew Perry's sudden demise leave fans disturbed. Several WWE superstars have recently reacted to American-Canadian actor, comedian, and producer Matthew Perry's sudden demise. Perry rose to fame with his NBC television sitcom Friends, where he played the role of Chandler Bing. The actor passed away in a hot tub at his house in Los Angeles on the 28th of October. His untimely demise has not only saddened his close ones, but has also impacted the Friends fans from across the globe. Taking to social media, several WWE superstars, including Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Cassie Lee, Caleb Braxton, and even All Elite Wrestling's Taya Valkyrie, posted Matthew Perry's picture by mentioning how shocking and disheartening the actor's demise was. WWE's ambassador Mick Foley recently penned down an emotional note for the late Friends star Matthew Perry. Taking to social media, Foley mentioned how deeply saddened he was with the actor's sudden demise. He stated how huge of a fan he was of the television sitcom that Perry was a part of. The veteran further added how much he used to connect to the Chandler Bing character that was played by Matthew on the show Friends. Here is Mick Foley's Instagram post: "Rip Matthew Perry, I am really so sorry to hear of the death of actor Matthew Perry. I am such a big fan of #Friends. I've been wearing a Friends shirt the past 2 days, and Perry's Chandler Bing character was the one I identified with most. My heart goes out to his family, friends, and his many fans. #RIP Matthew Perry." It would be interesting to see if Mick Foley would make his appearance inside the squared circle anytime soon. What are your thoughts on Matthew Perry's untimely demise? Sound off in the comments section below. We are deeply saddened to learn about the demise of Matthew Perry, and we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Perry's family and friends. Nia Jax finally dethrones Rhea Ripley. WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long thinks that Nia Jax could possibly walk out of Crown Jewel 2023 with the Women's World Championship across her waist. Jax returned to the global wrestling juggernaut last month, 2 years after being first released as part of WWE's budget cuts. The 39-year-old performer immediately made a massive impact by taking out Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. Nia Jax challenged Mami at Crown Jewel 2023 in a fatal 5-way match, also featuring Rocco Rodriguez, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. On the latest episode of Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast hosted by Mac Davis, Teddy Long said that he was expecting all the performers to bring their A-game at Crown Jewel 2023. However, Long believes it could be Jax who could eventually emerge victorious and end Rhea Ripley's time at the top. Well, you've got a lot of women there, and they all are talented, and I have seen them all, and they all work their buzz off. But this is just gonna be a big brawl, so I don't really know, and I am gonna say I would go with Nia, and not just because, I'm in love with her, but to just look at it, and be on the real side, I think Nia is gonna come out as the champion, Teddy Long said. On this week's episode episode of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, former WWE head writer Vince Russo did not hold back before slamming Nia Jax's promo from the latest edition of Raw. Russo termed the promo absolutely horrible and painful. "Oh bro, this was bad. When Nia Jax started cutting that promo, the word I wrote was this was painful. Like this was so bad, so middle school. Like this was absolutely horrible," Vince Russo said. While fans certainly won't be happy to see Nia Jax win the title, capturing the gold would further solidify her status as the top heel on Monday Night Raw. Do you agree with Teddy Long's opinion on why Nia Jax could win at WWE Crown Jewel 2023? New Judgment Day member to be unveiled at WWE Crown Jewel. The Judgment Day will have its presence marked at WWE Crown Jewel next weekend because Rhea Ripley is being forced to defend her Women's World Championship in a fatal 5-way match. The rest of her stable will likely be there to help ensure Ripley comes out on top, but Damian Priest will be keeping a close eye on both World Championship matches as he would probably intend to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. In recent weeks, Ripley has been seen making deals with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, so this could be the most interesting match on the card. While Rollins is worried that McIntyre is set to join the fearsome faction, it is much more likely to be the other way around. The scenario here could be that Priest looks to cash in on Seth Rollins after he defeats Drew McIntyre, but Ripley costs him the title and reveals that the Judgment Day has a new member. After all, Seth Rollins was once the architect of the Shield, so why not push him into another stable? Rollins and Ripley could dominate Raw if left to rule the Judgment Day together, and it opens the door to many more possibilities. Seth Rollins has been the World Heavyweight Champion for the past few months, but aside from his recent feud with Shinsuke Nakamura, his storylines have not been on his usual level. Rollins needs something solid to push him forward to the same level as Roman Reigns, and the Judgment Day could be the stable he has been looking for. The Visionary could work with the fearsome faction to protect his championship reign moving forward. Do you think Seth Rollins will join the Judgment Day at WWE Crown Jewel? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Randy Orton at WWE Crown Jewel 2023. Randy Orton could make his huge return to TV at WWE Crown Jewel. The Viper hasn't been seen for almost 2 years now due to a horrific back injury. Orton could return on November 4th to meet his real-life friend one last time on WWE TV. Randy Orton and John Cena have been two of the biggest pillars of the company for 2 decades. They have been the best of rivals on screen, but off screen, they are good friends. Since his return on 2 separate occasions, John Cena has spoken about his in-ring career coming to an end. The first was in Hyderabad, India, and then last week on SmackDown. He hasn't won a singles match in over 2,000 days and was considering retirement. However, Cena later claimed he would fight Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel to prove that he still had it. A loss to Solo Sikoa at WWE Crown Jewel could be the end for the 16-time world champion. Cena could leave his boots in the ring. Randy Orton could return for a send-off to his real-life friend. It may not be an in-ring return for Orton, just one last appearance alongside his biggest rival, John Cena. Randy Orton was recently seen at the WWE Performance Center a few weeks ago. This created a buzz among fans who were hoping they'd finally see the Viper back in the ring. According to rumors online, initially the company wanted to bring him back for a full return at Survivor Series in Chicago. According to Dave Meltzer, WWE's plan to bring Orton back at Survivor Series is still on. When asked about Orton returning at Survivor Series, we were told that is the suggested time frame, so likely about a month or so. His doctor did suggest he retire due to back issues, but Orton makes a ton of money and really wants to go until he's 50, if at all possible. 2 years ago, it was rumored that Orton would face Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. However, due to his back issues, he was replaced by Brock Lesnar. Massive conspiracy unfolding with the Bloodline on WWE SmackDown. The Bloodline has been one of the most dominant factions in WWE. On SmackDown, the Roman Reigns-led faction has made quite a name for themselves. In fact, for a long time now, many felt Bloodline has been doing whatever they wanted on the blue brand. While that could be deemed true in several cases, there is a chance the same might not work anymore. WWE's latest introduction of a personality on SmackDown could mark the end of the Bloodline's tyranny on the blue brand. The personality in question is Nick Aldis. In the coming weeks, there is a chance that the Stanford-based promotion could book an angle that shows Aldis is plotting against the Bloodline. The reason why the SmackDown GM would do this can be attributed to an incident involving Aldis and a Samoan family member. On December 17, 2022, Aldis faced Jacob Fatu for the Hug Heavyweight title. However, the match did not go in the former's favor as Fatu defeated him. As a result, WWE could pursue an angle in which the SmackDown GM has a grudge against the Samoan family due to the loss he faced. It could also be a good way to add Fatu to the heel faction. Currently performing for Major League Wrestling, the Samoan family member has great potential. While this angle is speculative, it would be a good watch, especially if the Stanford-based promotion signed Jacob Fatu. WWE's next big premium live event is Crown Jewel, which will be hosted on November 4, 2023 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. While the PLE will feature several big names, fans in the Middle Eastern country will be excited to see members from the Bloodline compete. At the event, the fans will first witness Solo Sikoa take on John Cena. For weeks now, a bout between the two is heavily rumored. Eventually, WWE confirmed the match earlier this week, and this is a perfect opportunity for Sikoa to prove his mettle against a veteran like Cena. Next, in the main event of Crown Jewel, the WWE Universe will witness Roman Reigns represent the Bloodline as he defends his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against LA Knight. Given how Knight disrespected Reigns on the latest edition of SmackDown, the latter would be itching to smash the megastar. While Jimmy Uso has not been booked in a match for the PLE, many expect him to interfere in the match between Roman Reigns and LA Knight. If this happens and Jimmy does interfere, the entire Bloodline will be represented at Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns' groundbreaking changes. Next week, the stage is set for an epic clash between Roman Reigns and LA Knight at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. While Knight embarrassed Reigns on the latest edition of SmackDown, Reigns is still the favorite going into the premium live event. Many expect a Bloodline member to interfere and help him win. However, while there might be interference, WWE could book a major plot twist, possibly leading to a massive change within the Bloodline. At the PLE, Jimmy Uso could interfere in the match between LA Knight and Roman Reigns. While Jimmy will be expected to attack Knight, WWE could book him to betray Reigns, even though Reigns might be able to ward off Jimmy's attack with Solo Sikoa's help. Booking the former to betray Reigns could lead to a rivalry between Jimmy and the Tribal Chief. This rivalry could then lead to a match between the two, which can be contested for the status of the Tribal Chief. While the angle is speculative, it makes sense because for a while now, Jimmy Uso has indirectly or directly shown a desire to become the Tribal Chief. Hence, if that is to happen, this could be one good way to build a match between Reigns and Jimmy. In the last 3 years, many have tried but failed against Roman Reigns. Naturally, their failure has led to the Tribal Chief having one of the most dominant runs in recent history. However, as per an AEW star, LA Knight must put an end to Reigns' dominance in the Stanford-based promotion. During a recent appearance on Busted Open, Thunder Rosa said Knight is the perfect candidate to dethrone the current undisputed WWE Universal Champion. The AEW star cited Knight's organic growth as the reason behind why he must dethrone Reigns. She said, "Who will be the next that can be over as hell that can take that title and take it to the next level?" At this moment, right now, on Friday, it's LA Knight. They didn't push him. They didn't shove him down our throats. It was natural. Thunder Rosa further added, "Everybody's like, yeah, and everywhere you go. That's the kind of thing that makes a superstar a superstar. He's a superstar." This statement from the AEW star is something many WWE fans seemingly resonate with. Given the response LA Knight received on SmackDown's latest edition, it seems plenty of fans do want to see him dethrone Roman Reigns. LA Knight's chances against Roman Reigns. Former WWE star Tommy Dreamer recently spoke about LA Knight's chances against Roman Reigns. Knight will be in the biggest match of his life when he squares off against the Tribal Chief at Crown Jewel. The two stars signed the contract this past week on SmackDown and made their match official. This week on the Busted Open podcast, the ECW veteran said that there was no way Knight would go over Roman at the Saudi Premium Live event. However, he stated that WWE has done a great job in making the fans believe that the megastar has a decent chance. He predicted that the match would be an awesome spectacle and praised the two stars for the build-up on SmackDown. Me personally, I don't think LA Knight is gonna win, but they have to make the audience believe that he's going to win, and the audience is so behind LA Knight. Your first shot at the title is going to be massive. Is it Crown Jewel? People are gonna be saying yeah. It's gonna be an awesome spectacle, as most of those events are. At the end of the night, I enjoyed everything that Knight did, and Roman Reigns, he still holds his composure. After the chaos during the contract signing, Roman Reigns instructed Jimmy Uso to take down Knight in a singles match. Uso faced the megastar in one-on-one action during the main event. However, Jimmy was no match for Knight and took the pin after getting hit with the blunt force trauma. Reigns then took matters into his own hands by attacking Knight. After a brief exchange, Knight caught the Tribal Chief in the BFT and planted him in the middle of the ring to end SmackDown for this week. The megastar has shown that despite having no previous title reigns, he is still no pushover and is definitely a credible threat to the head of the table. Do you believe Knight will dethrone Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel? Sound it off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted.